Chapter 15. Everyone's expression changed, only Harrison was still calmly drinking tea. Serafina finished speaking, then leisurely let out a sigh, and calmly said, "Maybe we should take this business secret disclosure matter to court and see if your naivety can help." Lily could completely feel the remorse and pity of William sitting next to her, so she acted even more pitiful, not saying a word in response, only trying to shed tears. "How funny!" Hannah, who had been indifferent, suddenly opened her mouth. "The contract between that German company and the Smith Group has long expired, and the returned machinery, even though it was within the confidentiality scope listed in the contract, was still only the previous company's business. Now that company has been acquired by SIESS, if you want to sue Lily for leaking secrets, then it also has something to do with SIESS, right? Do you mean Harrison leaked secrets?" After saying that, she immediately turned around and smiled sweetly at Harrison. "Harrison, I was just giving an example, don't take it to heart." He was still indifferent, not looking at her. Serafina slightly narrowed her eyes. Hannah was so cunning, daring to deceive and drag Harrison into this. She smiled faintly. "From the beginning to the end, SIESS has never confirmed anything related to the F9A3 production line. I just asked Harrison, he neither admitted nor denied it. With such a secret guarantee, how can you say it's a secret leak?" Now she finally understood what his ambiguous "oh" meant. He was truly someone who was always on high alert. She gently changed her tone. "On the contrary, it's you. Why are you protecting Lily, trying to frame Harrison as the one who leaked the news about this production line to you guys?" Harrison's eyes lit up as he looked at Serafina, who was staring at Hannah with great confidence. Her face was full of arrogant and domineering air, but how could this arrogant and self-confident face not make people hate her? Hannah was caught off guard by the beating, and what was even more infuriating was that she dared to say that she had framed Harrison, provoking a rift in their relationship. She originally thought that she could use the demeanor of the Kensington family's young mistress to teach Serafina a good lesson, saving the pitiful Lily and showing everyone her abilities. She didn't expect that after just one round, she would get herself involved. She was really angry, and put the blame on Serafina. "Do you really want to make our family's relationship become like this?" Serafina calmly replied, "Hannah, if you and your brother don't think about stealing our corporation's essential machinery, the relationship between our families should still be very good." Hannah had never met such a sharp-tongued opponent. Her friends were all elegant ladies. When did this despicable slut infiltrate here? The others here all became background. How terrifying. Even the most devious Hannah couldn't argue with her. This Beaumont family's eldest daughter is truly terrifying. Just as everyone was thinking about Serafina like that, she was extremely tolerant, smiling warmly. "Of course, I really don't want to ruin everyone's relationship. So, this matter ends here. However, Harrison, can I make a suggestion?" Harrison nodded. "The machines, either I will take them, or the Kensington family will pay for them." Serafina smiled sweetly. "To destroy them." She spoke slowly, whispering softly, like a cool breeze blowing, but each sentence had sharp thorns, and they were thorns soaked in the deadly poison of Snow White's stepmother. "The machines were originally ordered by the Beaumont family. Even if they were returned, they absolutely cannot be used by another corporation. Selling them to me is the best choice. However, the Kensington family has already expressed their desire to take them, so in that case, they will just use the money to buy them back. And the Kensington family doesn't want Harrison to carry the bad reputation of revealing business secrets, right? So the only way is to buy them and liquidate them themselves to destroy them." Hannah was speechless, her eyes wide open. How could this woman be so sinister? She dared to threaten Harrison's reputation. The Kensington family would naturally not let Harrison bear the crime of selling business secrets. If she couldn't get the machine back, she wouldn't be able to vent her anger. But if she spent money to buy it and then destroy it, wouldn't it add to the reputation of the Kensington family being vicious? It was not beneficial for her family in any way. Ethans and Maxwell stiffened their backs, swallowing their saliva. What a venomous beauty. If she wasn't gentle, it would be scary, but if she was gentle, it would be even more terrifying. Harrison didn't think too long, just slightly curled his lips. "The way you said it, it's not bad." The idiot also realized that he was on Serafina's side. She didn't expect him to answer so quickly. She wanted to smile and thank him, but felt strange, and ended up with a super distorted smile. Her strange and awkward smile was completely opposite to the intimidating aura just now. He quietly looked at her, although his eyes couldn't speak, there was also a hint of joy. When Harrison agreed to Serafina's suggestion, Hannah was shocked beyond belief. Why did he help Serafina? Looking back again, the lips on his face that had been calm for 1,000 years seemed to slightly curve up. Was he smiling? And this woman could shamelessly smile so ugly to seduce him. What was with the two people's strange and stiff smiles? What was with their eyes looking straight into each other's eyes? She suddenly became furious, fiercely spitting out a sentence. We bought the machine, let them destroy it. William sat calmly to the side, without any comments. In recent years, Smith Transportation's production capacity was very weak, needing more production lines, but ordering new ones would take at least 1 or 2 years. And the existing ones, only 5 sets were returned last year. The capacity of 1 set of production lines was already very large, let alone 5 sets. William absolutely could not let Smith Corporation take it. When he heard the news from Lily before, he thought about finding Harrison, but David refused to come forward to help him. Today, it was so hard to meet Harrison, and when he mentioned this, he didn't say a word. William had once suspected that the machinery had been liquidated long ago, or perhaps the news was false, but it wasn't until Serafina mentioned it that he realized it was true. The Kensington family's Carner energy storage equipment production line was still very weak, and it was difficult to overcome the technical difficulties, and the F9A3 was the core production line of the Smith Group. If he could take it back from Harrison, the Smith Group would no longer be an opponent, but now, Harrison clearly wouldn't offend the Beaumont family because of the Kensington family. The hope that had just been kindled was now gone, and their family would no longer be able to obtain those production lines. William really wanted to interject and say to destroy it. However, it was very embarrassing for a man to say such rude and hateful words to attack his opponent, but Hannah was just a little girl who often complained, so he silently allowed it. 5 sets of production lines were very valuable. If they could be used to attack the Smith Group, it wouldn't be considered a loss. Hannah laughed coldly. I said, I'll buy the machines, let them destroy it. Emma leaned on Andrew's shoulder, looking bored and smiling slightly, spending a lot of money to destroy something that others need. Miss Kensington, your hobby is so special. Hannah's face turned purple with anger. Wasn't it the same as calling her a sinister woman in front of Harrison? She was about to retort. Emma raised her head and whispered in Andrew's ear, let's go horseback riding. Andrew obediently listened to his wife, stood up immediately. The others were as if pardoned, quickly found a way to retreat. Emma walked past Harrison, said, I see Miss Kensington is very angry, let's have a fight. Miss Kensington won, she will naturally satisfy this habit of wasting money and harming others. Hannah blushed, her lungs almost exploding with anger, but unexpectedly Harrison smiled, nodded as if he was serious, looked towards her. A cold look appeared in his bottomless eyes. What do you think, Miss Kensington? Hannah's fingernails dug deep into her palm. Serafina glanced at Emma, looking grateful. With such obvious sarcasm, Hannah definitely wouldn't show off anymore. Moreover, even if they really fought, was Hannah her opponent? Even the young man Theodore couldn't beat her. How should we fight? Hannah suddenly calmed down, smiled. Serafina, let's compete in horse riding. Whoever wins will listen to that person. Emma, who had already walked away, suddenly stopped, turned her head to look. Serafina, she. Okay. Serafina replied firmly, smiled at Emma, then turned to Harrison. If we do that, you won't feel awkward anymore, right? The others were very surprised. Vivian also temporarily forgot her stance, pulled Serafina's hand, and said to Harrison, that's not fair. Serafina has only moved to the Beaumont family for a few months. She doesn't know how to ride a horse. Kensington. She still wanted to scold Hannah, but remembered that she was the younger sister of the person she liked, so she swallowed her next sentence. Harrison's eyes were as deep and calm as a well, looking at Serafina. On her face was still a calm and confident expression like a gentle breeze. Amidst everyone's gazes waiting for a verdict, he bent down, put the empty cup in his hand on the tea table, and calmly said, please feel free. That is to say, let's decide.